Are you tired of being weighed down? Have you fallen asleep on your health? This is your wake up call with my dad, Keith, my husband, Kyle, and me, Ashley.
Good morning, everyone. It is day 124, and this is your wake up call. We are up and Adam. It is Focus Friday, which means we're going to look at a quote for the day and kind of flush that out and discuss it. So today's quote, is from Jack Dempsey, and it says, "A champion is someone who gets up when they can't." A champion is someone who gets up when they can't.
I don't know. My take on that maybe he's saying, he gets up when he don't want to get up. When he don't feel like he can. He does whatever he needs to do anyway.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me too. Obviously, if he really, really couldn't, he couldn't. But that just kind of goes back to your mentality. Most of the time, we can, even if we think we can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what it is getting at, is that, a lot of the times, the difference between people who are successful and people who aren't is their mindset in regards to their ability to complete. So a lot of people who aren't successful quit because they've convinced themselves that they can't do something. They basically kind of just give up when they face difficulty. And being a champion, being successful, being on top is, the ability to kind of go, you know what, I can do this, or kind of pushing yourself through to go, I can't do this yet, but that doesn't mean I can't ever do. You kind of think just about weight training and just being able to press forward past, where you were. Eventually, you're going to do stuff that you had, probably the feeling that I could never do this. I could never lift this amount. And through training, hard work, dedication, consistency, you see yourself rise above that and probably lift more than that overall. I think that's why, for me, when we have powerlifting meets, through Iron Boy, and I'm able to be there, and I see somebody who's been training and working hard. I think about nationals, last year for Iron Boy. You had several of these guys, and I think they were all in the 181 class, pressing hard against each other, which, there was, four of them all together in that class, and who had basically kind of pushed each other and said, let's all go, 181 open and go up against each other. And, it kind of urged them to go above and beyond what they probably thought they could do at some point. And, they all hit elite, which is, pretty cool. So, for those that don't know, elite, specifically in Iron Boy, he gives a little bit of breakdown of what that takes. It's a challenge in and of itself.
Yeah, it's a standard that's been set for each weight class that probably maybe 20% of the people that do power lift will ever hit as far as a total in a powerlifting meet. And these guys that you're talking about, I think all 4 or 5 of them had either achieved that elite total or achieved it that day. And they kind of pushed each other, and like you say, probably have achieved more than what they really thought they could when they started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, when we talk about saying I can't, I always think about kids in school a lot, and I'm guilty of this in my own life, but a lot of the time, if like something new is being introduced in class, or something that doesn't come very easy to them, usually they'll say, I can't. Well, that transfers in a lot of ways in our life. Like, sometimes we just think we can't because it gets hard. Not necessarily that we don't have the mental or physical aptitude to do it. Sometimes when things get hard, we just automatically say we can't do it because we don't want to work hard.
Yeah. And I think
there's a big difference in actually not being able to do something and just telling yourself you can't do something just because it's something that doesn't come very easy to you, and you just don't want to put in the work to try to actually accomplish it.
And I think that's part of Dempsey's point here is that, to be a champion, to be someone who overcomes, to be someone who succeeds, to be someone who comes in first, you have to make that dedication to be there to do it no matter what. Even, when you think you're done or you fail or you struggle, you still come back to it and you do it again until you can. So can't starts to disappear from your vocabulary. And that's hard. Like, changing your mindset about what you are capable of doing is difficult.
Yeah.
Excuse me, is the hardest part of, when we're talking about from a weight loss standpoint, and you get up into the higher numbers, people who weigh more and more and more, you start to hear that word a lot. I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't. And sometimes it's just quality of living. It's stuff they physically are not at that point capable of doing. But sometimes it's just about the weight loss itself. Like, I can't do this. I've tried this, and this, and this. They haven't worked. Okay, you found a way to do it wrong. So that's a learning experience, and you move forward from it. So, yeah.
Well, when you look through history at all of these people who have become famous in athletics or who have invented these, things that have changed the world, right? If you were to really actually study up on a lot of these people, they failed hundreds or thousands of times before they figured out the right way to do what they were trying to do and to accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. I mean, Michael Jordan didn't make his high school basketball team. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, what if that first time he failed, he just decided he couldn't play basketball anymore? You know, that's just one example, but if you go and study these successful people, the main thing that they all have in common is that when they failed, they learned from it and they didn't give up and they tried to do it a different way.
Yeah.
Until they succeeded.
The majority of the people when they get knocked down, stay down.
Right.
And what we have to learn to do is we make a mistake, something goes wrong, our weigh-in doesn't go the way we want it to, we have an injury, something like that happens, that's just a setback. It shouldn't be a green killer. It should be a temporary bump in the road.
Right.
That you have to get over, and once you get over it, then you don't have to deal with it anymore.
And I am so guilty of this, and I have been a lot of my life, you know. Things got hard, and I just quit. And that's what I'm trying to change this time around.
Yeah.
There have been lots of Thursdays that have not gone the way I wanted them to.
Yeah.
You know, but then I look back and I think, no, I haven't lost as much as I thought that I would have. But if I had quit the first time a Thursday weigh-in sucked, then I wouldn't be where I am now, which is way better off than I was when I started.
Yeah.
You know? The thing is, most of the time, you can do it. And if you literally physically can't, keep trying until you can. That's the point here.
Or adapt and find a way that you can do it.
That's what I'm saying. Keep working, keep trying, and eventually you will get there. So I've tried really hard. You know, I've tried really hard to keep can't out of my vocabulary this time.
Yeah. All right, final thoughts. So, I think, what are the takeaways from today? Can't has to come out of your vocabulary. What else?
Well, I think the main thing is just consistency and keeping on. You know,
Yep.
You just got to keep moving towards the goal, and you're going to have failure. You know, you're going to fail at something pretty much every day.
Yep.
But you just keep moving.
Yeah.
That's right. Y'all just keep going until your can'ts turn into cans.
Well, it reminds me of that old song.
Mm-hmm.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down.
It's sad that that's an old song. But it really is.
No, it's a 90s song from Chumbawamba.
Which is between 20 and 30 years ago.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. And that is as random as it is. I mean, that's essentially what this is saying, is that champions, and when they get knocked down, they just get right back up and they keep going and move forward. So we want to be a champion, not just in the field of competition, but just in life. We want to be a winner. You know, we can't allow failure to be a setback that derails us or takes us off track. We just have to keep getting back up and going. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening this morning. We appreciate you guys so much. We hope that you follow us on social media at Our Heavy House. You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram. You can also check out Ashley's Instagram, My Plant Food Diary. Don't forget to subscribe to us. That way you get these lovely pieces of work every morning. And you can just join that conversation with us every single day. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow.